I feel like we should just go on the fucking Facebook page and fucking rant. Okay, that was my biggest gripe, is the fucking Facebook pages. Like, people be so dumb in the comments, like not understanding, first of all, the whole point of the show, and or just the casting in general being so annoying about it. So annoying about it. Like, why? Why everyone's so dumb? Welcome back to another episode of the Babble podcast. We're two critters chittering at you. I'm Lydia, and actually it's just one critter today. Just me. I'm all alone. Katie is not here. She is not feeling well. So it's just me today, folks. Just me. And when the raccoons are away, the ratlings will play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about, I'm all by myself. I'm all by myself and I don't know what to do. Going a little crazy. Right from the top, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and send us an email. Send us an email if you want. That'd be fun. babblelootpodcast@gmail.com. It is in the description / the show notes. Send us an email, please. All right, so today I would like to subject everyone to listening to me talk about The Last of Us, okay, which is an amazing video game series and now an adapted television show on HBO, if you didn't know. And I have many thoughts and opinions and just want to just talk about the show. So buckle in. Okay, I have a lot to say. And also, I gotta say right at the top, spoiler alert, spoiler warning. I am going to be talking about both the game and the TV show. So I'm going to be talking about how the show is different than the game and my thoughts on a few changes they've made. And then I also just want to talk about the show in general, the casting, okay? We got a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it. So first of all, I want to talk about just how I know about the subject matter, okay? Like what's my relationship to the material, right? I personally cannot handle anything gory or horror. I've never played myself any of the games. What I have done is watched other people play the game on YouTube. They're like super long videos, like however, like 26-hour long playthrough videos of other people playing the game, and they don't speak. I don't listen to I don't watch when people speak. The characters in the game, like they talk to each other while you're walking and like whatever. Like there's a lot of like little moments between the characters throughout the gameplay and not just the cutscenes. So I know some people maybe have just watched the cutscenes from the games, which those are amazing, but there's a lot of character development and inside knowledge about the characters, like just as you play the game. Because when you get to certain points, like it triggers a dialogue or whatever, you know. So I really want all that stuff. I want to see all that stuff. So I've literally sat down and watched someone else play in silence the whole game. Whoever posted that of them playing it like fully with no speaking, thank you so much. Shout out. Shout out to anyone who's doing that. Shout out to the person I watched. I don't remember who you are. I'm so sorry. I want to emphasize the fact that the one that I watched had no copyright infringements on it at the time. So when Ellie or Joel plays the guitar, I could hear all the music. And I feel like the music in the game is such a huge part of it. You know, Ellie playing the guitar, that's obviously a huge part of her character. That's like her connection to Joel after he is dead. And as we know, people who have played or watched the game know that that's something Ellie is going to lose the ability to do by the end due to her choices. And that's a huge impact on the character. I think it's so important to have heard the way the game was meant to be experienced, because my husband tried to watch the gameplay a few months later after I had watched it, and it had been copyright claimed and all the music had to be cut out, and it just completely changed the impact. Okay, so anyway, I rambled for way too long. Gonna cut most of that out probably. Okay, as I'm recording this, episode 3 of the show has just premiered. So That's the context. By the time this episode goes up, episode 4 will have premiered, but that's not out right now, okay, when I'm recording. I just watched episode 3, so I'm currently caught up. So that's the context here. So, just want to say that. Part 2. Holy hell, right? Okay, so when I watched part 2, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for how different the vibe, the general vibe of part 2 is way darker. Way darker. A lot more just anger, vengeance. These are the themes driving the story. And it's depressing as fuck and compelling as hell. So people who are show only are really upset, right? Because Joel just died. Joel died last week. And the people who have only watched the show did not know that was coming. And everyone who's played the games was just like waiting. We're waiting for this to happen. Dreadfully waiting. Literally, I was like, I want to watch it so bad, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch this happen. But I do because I love it so much. I love this story and the characters, and I just love everything about this world. But I don't want to watch my boy Pedro get killed. I don't want to watch that. I still can't even watch him die in Game of Thrones. Okay, and that came out 1,000 years ago. Literally have not ever fully watched his death scene in Game of Thrones. It's too disgusting. Like I said, I don't handle horror or gore well. And he literally gets his eyes crushed into his skull while his wife screams on the sidelines. So I've never watched that scene all the way through. I know what happens. I get it. I don't need to fucking watch it, okay? It's too much for me. So I literally haven't even watched that. So then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna watch him be tortured and killed. I had to pause it so many times just because I was like, oh God, I don't want to watch this. But I do, but I don't. Ooh. It's so gross. Literally, I was like, okay, she gonna shoot him in the leg. Abby gonna shoot him in the leg. And then that happened. I was like, okay, we got through that part. I was like, I had to pause it when it like panned over to the golf club. So it was like, she gonna hit him in the leg now. She gonna hit him in the leg that she just shot. And she does that. And I was like, okay, now she's just gonna hit him in the head a bunch of times. And I will say HBO was very tasteful. They didn't show too much gore. I do appreciate that. I mean, the game didn't really either. You know, it wasn't too bad that way, but it's just like, oh God. Anything torture makes me very uncomfortable. Okay. Makes my skin crawl. So I just hate it so much. But so I had to keep pausing it because I was like, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, and then he gets killed, right? And I'll get into this later, but one thing that they did in the show that I thought was better than the game, just in this scene of Joel being killed, was, oh my God, when Ellie is screaming at him to get up, and then you can see him like, he tries so hard. He like, you can tell he's already dead, basically. He's like so close to death. Like the shit has been beat out of him. And he's just like laying on the floor, bleeding. But you can see him like lift his head and his hand like a millimeter off the ground. Like he's trying so hard to like just do what he needs to do for Ellie. And it's, you know, a wasted cause. He can't do anything. But the fact that he tried, like you could tell he like could hear her voice. Oh my God, that broke me. That broke me. Oh God. And they didn't do that in the game, I don't think. I think they just did that in the show. Devastating. Pedro? Fucking devastating. How dare you? Okay. Yeah, then he dies. And the way he dies in the show is ever so slightly different than the game, but that doesn't matter to me. Either way, you know, Abby delivers the final blow, and that's that. And I thought the scene of, you know, Ellie crying over his dead body, like her embracing his corpse, was also devastating and beautiful. And fuck. God. God. Okay. Right. So that's that. His death scene, right? That's a huge thing. And I think they did it really well. And actually, episode 2, just the scale of the show is crazy. Like, they've made several changes about just the story in general, right? Like in the games, Jackson is never being attacked by a giant horde like that. Not that I remember. So that's all different. I'm like, this is some Game of Thrones shit. Like the scale of this show, like the scale of the episode, it was crazy. It's like they must have a big budget. But I like that change. I thought that was cool, and I mean, it's driving the story forward in an interesting way. Like it's kind of keeping our minds on Jackson more than the games ever did. I as soon as they left Ellie and Gina, as soon as they leave Jackson, I was like, I've already forgotten about that place. like we've spent so much more time there in the show. So I think that's like an interesting choice, and it's working for me. Another change they've made in the show. Okay, another change they've made is specifically in episode 3 that just came out for me. They have changed the way that Ellie and Dina leave Jackson to seek revenge. In the game, they try to sneak out. It doesn't go well. Maria finds them and informs them that Tommy has already left days ahead of them, and she supplies them with ammunition and food and all the shit, and like lets them take a horse. And they go in the nighttime. I don't remember Ellie being like at the hospital for like 3 months. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. But either way, Tommy is like ahead of them. And so that's part of the gameplay. Like you can see where Tommy has been. He kind of leaves clues, so to speak, that the player picks up on, which is interesting. So in the show, Tommy's like way more chill. I mean, he's like mad, but he's like, we gotta take care of our own. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting shift. And also, one thing that I'm like interested to see more of is Ellie's rage and Ellie's vengeful spirit, because I've really yet to see that. It's implied that she's upset. It's implied that she's mad. But the way the show has set up like her plot, like the plot of her leaving, she had to like lie to the therapist and say she was okay. She had to make up some other reason to the council of why she thinks they should be able to go. She has to like pretend she's fine so much throughout the episode that we haven't gotten to see how she really feels. Like we've seen her cry and be sad, but I haven't seen her angry. And that's a huge part of Ellie's character, like a huge driving force in her decision making. Like she's blinded by anger. So I just haven't really seen that from the show yet. So I'm curious to see if that's gonna come out later, because I feel like it needs to. Like that's missing for me. I'm excited to see like maybe more of that. Okay, on still talking about Joel's death real quick. I don't know, this is a whole thing. I keep seeing like negative feedback about the show on Facebook. Like I follow The Last of Us on fucking Facebook. Why am I on Facebook, people? Why the fuck am I on Facebook? I don't know. But when I go on there, I see The Last of Us stuff, big fan. And then I see so many trolling comments or people who are show only who are critiquing the show, and that's fine. But a lot of the comments I see piss me off, and I got to talk about that. The first thing I need to discuss is I saw someone say, you know, HBO made a really big mistake killing one of their leading roles. Like now that Pedro Pascal is not in the show anymore, no one's going to watch it. Why did they kill one of the main characters? This makes no sense. No one's going to watch anymore. That was the gist of what they had said. I was like, hello? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Okay, I get your show only. I get you don't understand. People aren't accepting of his death yet. I understand. I've had 2 years to grieve and move through the story and understand why his death has to happen. This is the whole this is the whole driving factor of the plot. Like Ellie seeking revenge. It's a cycle of vengeance and it's the consequences that come from those choices. Okay, every decision that any character makes out of hatred is gonna have a consequence, and a lot of them are bad. Okay, we're gonna see that. But so Joel needed to die. Like, that's the whole point. Like don't watch, I guess, but like there literally wouldn't be a part two if he lived. I certainly feel like his death, while devastating and shocking, is so necessary, and it just makes everything that's about to happen, it's so fucking devastating. Just all of it. It's just terrible. Everyone is just like making horrible choices, and it's heartbreaking to watch. And I love it. It's so compelling. Terrible, terrible comment. Okay? Terrible take. I don't like it. I'm gonna stop watching now that Joel's dead. Okay, goodbye. Bye. I don't fucking care. You can miss out if you want. I mean, that's the whole fucking point of the show, is for him to die. But okay. You do you, honey. I feel like we should just go on the fucking Facebook page and fucking rant. Okay, that was my biggest gripe, is the fucking Facebook pages. Like, people be so dumb in the comments, like not understanding, first of all, the whole point of the show, and or just the casting in general being so annoying about it. So annoying about it. Like, why? Why everyone's so dumb? Just like any media about the game, of like if it has like Bella in it. Like there was like little like preview of episode 1, I think, or some shit. Like before the show had even come out, it was just like pictures of them shooting and stuff. So like the quality of the photos are not very good, but it's just like, look, a sneak peek of The Last of Us shooting, and it's like Bella with like her hair up in a bun or whatever at the dancing scene, and people, it's like the freaking post has like the laughing emoji, and that just like makes me so mad. It makes I get pressed about it, because I'm like, you guys, can we not just respect that Bella looks different? And it's so annoying. People keep saying Caitlin Denver looks more like Ellie. She should have been Ellie. It's like, what are they gonna do? They've already filmed all of season 1 with Bella. Like, they're not just gonna do a little switcheroo. Can someone please, for the love of God, tell me why it matters if Bella Ramsey looks exactly like Ellie? I'm so confused of why that matters at all. Because it fucking doesn't. It doesn't. That's like being upset that there's a black Little Mermaid. Like, not the right take to have. It doesn't make sense. The show, HBO's version of Ellie, is different. Obviously, it's adapted for TV. It has to be slightly different. She looks enough like her. Okay, she's a young girl with brown hair, and she's scrawny but can fight. That's Ellie. Okay, and it's about the attitude. It's about the essence of the character, and I actually think she did a really wonderful job in season 1. And like I said before, season 2, I'm excited and curious to see her be more angry. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing the anger, because she's supposed to be 5 years older, and I just want to see more. But like, she doesn't need to look just like the freaking video game character. It's so stupid. Okay, oh my God, I just can't. People are so dumb. And they'll be like, Ellie is so pretty. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Is this teenage girl not pretty enough for you? What a weird fucking thing to say. Okay? And I just feel so bad for Bella. I feel so bad that they have to deal with this shit. Bella is Ellie. Okay? Whether you like it or not, she is. I think she's doing a wonderful job. I really love her subtle. She's really good at like subtle emotions. Like just like the littlest switch in her eyes and her face, I can see exactly like what Ellie is thinking, or just like her, like, especially with Dina, like when she's like, the kiss meant nothing, and then Dina's like, I know it didn't, and you can see Ellie be like disappointed by that, but not wanting to show that she's disappointed by that. So she's, like, it's just so subtle, and it's just so great, and I think she's doing a wonderful job, and I like it a lot. Okay, so everyone can just be quiet. I mean, you can say what you want about the show. You can say what you want about Bella's acting. That's fine. But can we just shut the fuck up about how she doesn't look like the video game version? Like, neither does freaking Pedro Pascal. Like, does he look like Joel? No, they had to put gray hair on him and they had to give him fake blood. I also saw someone say it was like a screenshot from episode 3, like when Ellie is in the hospital bed and she has like her hair down. It was like a picture of her like that. And someone said, I actually find Bella very attractive here. And why did you feel the need to post that? It's like, first of all, incredibly unnecessary, creepy, and condescending and gross. I was pleasantly surprised to open the comments and a lot of people were saying this. It's like, why did you feel the need to post that? It's a weird fucking thing to say. Another comment that I keep seeing is that Caitlin Denver isn't muscular enough. Because in the games, Abby is very buff. Okay, that's like a part of her character design. She's extremely strong. She's described to be built like an ox later in this game. She's beefy. She got a lot of muscle. And the one thing I do like about her being so muscular is the fact that it implies that now 5 years later, she's like beefed up in the plan of getting revenge. Like she's super jacked and she's been working towards this goal of like beating the shit out of Joel. And so that's the one thing I do like about her muscles, that like it implies like she's so serious. She's so fucking serious about this. And I really like that. But I've heard / read online that the point of Abby being so buff was just to give the person playing the game a new experience while playing. Because in the game, the first half you play as Ellie, and then you play as Abby, and then you switch back to Ellie. So it would be boring, right? If the whole gameplay is like 2 of the same type of fighting styles. Like that was my understanding of why they made Abby so buff, because she's basically replacing the gameplay of Joel, because she fights differently, she's stronger, and she acts different. Like what she can do is different than Ellie. Like that's the point. When the games came out, people were so pissed that Abby was so buff. They were so upset. I remember that. I remember people saying it's so unrealistic for her to be that strong. When like the amount of food she would have to eat, women can't look like that. Women can never be that strong. Like I remember seeing that type of shit. So sexist and obnoxious. People saying it's impossible for a woman to be muscular, and it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like and the hypocrisy, and then now to like be upset that she's not muscular enough. It's like, okay, you people could just never fucking be happy. Can you just let a woman be a woman and let her live and let her look the way she look? And like, you're so mad about Abby being too strong that it's unrealistic. And now you're mad that she doesn't look strong enough? Which is it? Pick one. People are like so pressed about Caitlin Denver not being buff enough. It's like, it's not a part of her identity as a character. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is we need to believe that Abby could win a fight against Ellie. That's all we need to believe. Okay, for like later, because that happens, right? They get in a fight and Abby needs to win. So as long as we can believe that, which I can, and like, would it have been kind of cool just for the only, like what I was saying before, of her to be like so pissed and like so full of vengeance that she like gets super ripped? Yeah. But that's about it. It doesn't matter. Like, she's still super pissed. We saw in her monologue. We saw in her little monologue that she's very upset. We gotta talk about her monologue. Abby has a monologue before she kills Joel, before she starts her whole torture sequence. She monologues to him. No, after he's been shot. Never mind. He was shot. And he's in pain. And she monologues in his face. And when she goes to get up to get the golf club, she tries to keep talking. And Joel just tells her to shut the fuck up, basically, and just get it over with, which was amazing. Here's the thing. I wasn't sure about Caitlin Denver as Abby at first, just because I truly haven't seen anything that Caitlyn has ever been in. So I don't know her as an actor. So I don't know. I just didn't know what she's like capable of. I just had no idea. I assumed the casting directors and the directors in general knew what they were doing when they casted her. I trust them a lot because so far I've been really impressed. But I just don't know her that well. So I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. Obviously they think she'll be good. Um, and so I wasn't sure what I would think of her. And at first, I was like, it was kind of taking me a minute for her to convince me that she's Abby. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. Not that she was doing bad, but I was like, where's Abby? Like, I want to, I'm just like, where is she? Um, and then in that monologue, the monologue changed it for me. Like, literally, I was like, the fact that you could tell that Abby had prepared this monologue ahead of time. She's been thinking about this for 5 years, planning what she was going to say meticulously, word for word. The delivery was so calculated, and like I know exactly what words I'm going to emphasize to get my point across. But as she's speaking, like you could tell like the emotion of it all starts to like come to the surface, and that like perfectly planned speech starts to crumble, and like the actual emotion behind the words start to come out, and it gets a little sloppy. And I was like, whoa, like this is impeccable acting. There's just a shift, I was like, oh my God, that's like a real person. Like I didn't see Caitlyn anymore. I like literally saw Abby, like the person speaking. And then the thing that really hit it home for me was the line she said. I don't remember it word for word, but she said something along the lines of, it doesn't matter if you have a moral compass like mine or if you're a piece of shit like you. Everyone agrees that some things are just fucking wrong. And I was like, oh my God. Like, there it is. There is the whole theme of the fucking series, right? Like the fact that she feels so justified in what she's doing. She thinks she's so right now. Like she really thinks she's right. I was like, there she is. That's Abby. She's so self-righteous, so justified in what she's doing, even though what she's doing is fucking awful. It's just the cycle of vengeance, But just seeing her be so justified in her actions in that speech, like I really loved that so much. I was like, that is Abby. Let's remind everyone, Joel killed so many people. So many people. And he felt totally justified in that, right? But we still love him. And now that someone's come back for him and done something just as bad, like we're gonna hate on Abby now, even though she's doing the same exact thing that Joel's done. Come on, guys. Can we be better than this? Also, people hating on Caitlyn for what she does in the show, like as Abby. Like, can you not differentiate the character from the actor? Like, that's like when people hated Skylar White so much in Breaking Bad that they started hating Anna Gunn. It's like, she's playing a character, people. Like, why are you so dumb? That is the point. It's not real. It's not real, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but it's not real. Real quick, I want to end on a funny note about this. So Katie has never watched The Last of Us or any of the gameplay that I'm aware of. So I was telling her about the show a little bit, just like that the season 2 was premiering soon and I was excited to watch it. Just like so excited for The Last of Us. And she goes, okay, isn't there a show about like these triplets? Is this the show you're talking about? There's like the triplets and it's like a family drama and like bad things keep happening to them. She thought I was talking about This Is Us. Which is a completely different show. Not on the air anymore. And not the vibe. I binged the first 2 episodes like last Saturday so then I could watch episode 3 on Sunday. So this was like just a few days ago. And so Can you believe that Saturday night after binging 2 episodes of The Last of Us where Joel fucking dies brutally, I had a nightmare? Can you believe I had a nightmare after watching that? I don't understand. All I did was watch back to back horrible zombies, violence, and one of my favorite actors be killed. And then I went right to bed, and I don't understand why that gave me a nightmare. I don't understand. I did not have a restful sleep. I'm just not understanding the correlation. But part of the dream I had was so funny. In my dream, I I dreamt that I was talking to Katie on the phone, and I was like, "Yeah, I just watched the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us." And she goes, she's like, "I don't like The Last of Us. I just don't like that show." I was like, "What do you mean you don't like it? Like, you've never even seen it? I'm confused. Like, why don't you like it? You never watched it." And she's like, "I don't need to watch it. I know enough about it. It's about this girl who blah, 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 blah." And she started just like describing the plot of The Incredibles to me in this dream. She was like, "I don't need to watch it. Like, I know enough about it." Literally just describes The Incredibles. I was like, it took me a minute to catch on, but I was like, that is not what happened. What is going on? I woke up and it was so funny. I had to tell her about it. I was like, the fucking Incredibles. And it's so funny too because The Incredibles is incredible. The Incredibles it's a great movie. So the fact that she was like, it's just like The Incredibles. Really funny. Really fucking random. So these are my thoughts. These are my opinions. I did not have a script. This was just off the cuff. I had notes about what I wanted to mention, but there was no script. Okay, so that's why it's so chaotic. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening / watching. Appreciate all of you. And yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, send us an email. Once again, that is in the description below. Thank you so much for sticking around, my sweet little ratlings. Just us ratlings today. I really appreciate you, sweet little ratlings, sticking around in the nest, chittering with me. I really appreciate you. So yeah, thanks so much. Hopefully Katie will be back next week and we will both be chittering at you.